What's up, people? It's your man Black Cobra, and tonight, once again, it's the Real Life Show. And tonight, we're gonna talk to none other than the entire AMPED team. We got a whole. Well, I can't say that. I can't say the entire AMP team because the AMP team is pretty damn big now. But I can tell you that you got the main click here for you tonight, so you guys can ask any questions that you want. I know that. Let me see, we have a whole, this is the most people I've had on the show yet, so we're gonna jump right into it. Let's see. Boom, look at that. What, can you see it? All this greatness on one screen in one place. I don't know if I can handle it. So what's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Doing good.
I see we got people jumping in the chat now. Very good, very good. What's up, Ruben? Good to see you, Ruben. Ruben's here. Ruben's going to be one of our featured riders at the Wheel Life Rally, and he's definitely going to make his way down to the Amped Electric Games, I believe. Oh, hang on one second. I am now, of course, right now getting a call from my little ones. Come pick me up. So let me defer that to my wife. So tonight we got Seth Johnson, E-Ride Life, in the top corner. You know Seth coming in hot from all of his travels. Coming in at a hefty 100. Definitely doing his thing. I saw a couple more posts today, Seth. I'm very jealous because you keep getting to go on these different rides. Hang on one second. So, oh, did we lose? We lost Showtime. Oh, we lost Showtime in the corner. She'll be back, I'm sure.
I think we may have lost Liv as well.
Yeah. Yes, we did. I got to get Liv in there. Hang on one second.
Yeah, if you'd like, Cobra, if you want to do that, I can tell the folks at home kind of what's been going on with the amps.
Yeah, do that for me.
Okay. All right. So, hey, everybody, it's Seth, Amped Electric Games. We've been traveling all around the country. This last weekend, we were down in Oklahoma City with my buddy Willie Dope. I'm not sure where he is over there. So we had some group rides out in Oklahoma City. We also did a group ride in Dallas. And then we did a group ride in Austin. And we're just out there spreading the word about the Amped Electric Games. If you're not familiar with the Amped Electric Games, it's a PEV festival, otherwise known as Personal Electric Vehicle Festival. Think one wheels, e-skates, electric unicycles, of course, all these different types of devices. We're out and we're just spreading the word about how awesome they are. In our recent group rides, we've had the Commander Mini and also the Bigode A2. So it's a real treat to be able to bring these devices out to each of these riding groups so everybody can get a chance to try them out, you know, the latest and the greatest. One of the things that everybody asks me is, did you really jump that A2 into the water? And the answer is yes. Up at Northwest Electric Fest, we sent an A2 right into a river, and the one that I'm traveling around with is the same A2, so everybody's still riding it. It's been holding up great, and so hopefully we come to a city near you. If you guys have a city that you would like for the Amped Electric Games to visit, please go ahead and put it down in the chat, in the comments. On deck, I believe we have Kansas City, Memphis, Nashville, and a few other cities just within the area of Bentonville. So if you can make it out to one of those meetups, come on out. If you can make it to the Amped Electric Games, September 1st through the 3rd in Bentonville, Arkansas, please come on out. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we'll have my friend here, Black Cobra, hosting the live stream along with myself and the whole team. The whole team is here that makes our production. Everybody, it takes a whole team to make this stuff happen. So we've got, Nick is in the chat, and Willie Dope, Corey Smith, Showtime, Live for EUC. All of us play an important role in bringing the Amped Electric Games to you guys. And so I was thinking about some questions that maybe we could kick off the live stream with. And one of those is just, like to ask the whole team just to spend maybe 1 minute, 90 seconds just to talk about why you're involved in the Amped Electric Games, why you're putting in so much work and coming to these meetings and these live streams. It's a lot of work. It's a big job, and I'm just curious if everybody could kind of share a little bit about what makes you keep coming back.
Well, before we get to that, Seth, is I think we're missing Liv. I don't know if Liv popped out
I
and
think
maybe
she
because
said
she
she's in the
wasn't
green
up.
room.
So if Nick, if you could maybe cue her up, tell her to jump back in because she's not in the green room right now, so I can't put her in. She
Okay.
was. Um,
She says she's in the green room. Let me have her maybe refresh or rejoin the
yeah,
green
because
room.
I don't see her in the green room, so I was trying to pull her in and I can't right now.
Are there
There she
green
goes.
M&Ms in the
She's
green room?
calling back now.
All
Hang
right.
on. Let's
There we
get her
go.
back in. Okay. Hang on. Yep, she's here. Now where is her screen? Bam! It's Liv, y'all. Hold on. All right,
There she
so
Hey.
is.
now that we got that going, yeah, let's do that. So, Liv, I'm sure you were listening, but if you didn't catch that, he was asking what makes us want to be a part of the Amped Electric Games team. Why do we do this and put so much effort in? And I'll jump in and I'll tell you right away. You know that positive energy is my thing. And this team right here, in case you guys don't know, this is one of the most positive teams I've ever been a part of. Their energy is electric every time we get together. We always have a good time, no matter how tired we are. And Seth is instrumental in that because Seth, he be working off fumes and still has good energy. And Nick and Corey and Liv and Showtime and just everybody on the team, because this is, like I said, this is our main team, but this is not everybody. The AMP team is large, but everybody that's a part of it is positive, energetic, and enthusiastic, and I love being around them. They help me to continue my energy, so I can't help but be a part of this team. And I believe in what we're doing. I believe that we're bringing green energy and excitement on these wheels to people around the world, and I think it's necessary. So I'm glad I'm a part of it. Next up, Nick, you want to jump in?
Sure. Yeah. Sorry, I was actually just getting a call as well. Um, you know, I have to kind of second what you said, Cobra. And by the way, thanks for having us on today. It's also good to just be back on your show here and talking with your viewers and all that stuff. But yeah, it's that energy that you feel when we all get together. It's the good vibrations and that positivity, that willingness to share information. I've always wanted to attach myself to those types of people. There's such an energy in the PEV community right now. It's hard to not want to be a part of it. I love the teaching process. I love introducing people to writing. I love watching them get it for the first time. Like when that switch flips. And Amped is really it's really amplified the reach. My ability to engage people in teaching and being a part of the events. It's just a really cool place to be, and a lot of people are excited to see it for the first time and to be able to introduce people. It's a really unique opportunity, especially with Amped, because it's really got a gravity to it. So I just love being a part of that gravity. I love being a part of building community, and it's just a fun time to be a part of this. So.
Definitely. Nick, that's Big Boy Fast Boy. In case you guys don't know, one of the few people I know that can sit and ride an M104. Anyway, Corey, what you got for us, buddy?
Hey, thanks for having us, Cobra. This is such a good experience, and it's a good opportunity for us to talk about Amped and what we're all doing. I do some video editing for Amped and sit in on kind of the general leadership team, talking about the event and planning and execution, and trying to make it a great experience for everybody. I joined AMPED really because, the community of PEVs is something that I really love and enjoy. And, in my hometown of Oklahoma City, we're building a community slowly but surely from, 0 riders a year ago on our group to almost 100 now. And I feel like AMPED is an opportunity for cities like mine all over the US and beyond to come together and meet other riders and, make new friends and really connect on something that we all love and enjoy. So, um, really just paving the way for the sport. And Seth has just put together something excellent that we can all be a part of. And I'm glad to be
Yes,
here.
yes. Oh, you know what? We gotta put some of this because we're spitting some real good stuff here. This is gold. In case y'all don't know, we're spitting gold right now. So go ahead. So we'll keep going around. Liv, we'll drop down to you. What do you got for us with that amazing colored hair you got going on?
Thank you. I mean, just talking with Seth when meeting him to like where we are now, just as a community, like upbringer, and it's really exciting to be a part of. And PEV has changed my life for bringing me into having a community from the depths of COVID. I'm sure many of us were there, and so just being able to be a part of something that is growing to be on the forefront of a sport that is so exciting that everyone needs to know about and see. It's a really pleasurable and rewarding thing to be a part of.
Definitely. Thank you. Showtime. What you got, Ash?
What was the question?
The question was, why? Yeah, you're going back and forth. See, if you guys don't know, she's in the chat room too. She be doing all kinds of stuff at the same time. The question was, the AMP team that we're a part of, putting all the work that we're putting in, why is it that you're part of the AMP team? Why is it that you put so much work forth to be a part of this team?
Well, I mean, based on what everyone else said, but Cobra, you know more than anybody. We manifested Seth ourselves. I can bring it back to the day when we were all a group and we were coming up with the wheel life, and we were like, this would be great to be a part of something so big. And then you're like, all right, well, I'm going to meet this guy, Seth. And you're like, he's got these big dreams to do this crazy thing. And I'm like, this guy exists? He's real? And I was like, we have to be a part of it. And on the ground running ever since. Like, it's just amazing just to be here and to see it grow and watch the brand grow as well,
Definitely.
All positive. Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you. The one and only Flo Deucer.
What's going on, y'all? Hey, I'm Chris, aka the Flow Deucer, Apex Solutions. I got a phone call from a friend saying, "Hey, we need somebody to do a live stream for Amped One." I think I had 8 days notice, and I think we pulled it off. And then Seth gave me a phone call back and said, "Hey, come on out, man. We need you out at Eastgate Con," and we did it, man. We pulled it off, and one of the things I told Seth after Amped One is I see the future with this sport. I grew up with Tony Hawk and Pal Peralta rips and stuff like that, and they eventually morphed over to the X Games. So that's one of the things that drives me behind this movement is, man, to be a pioneer of something new and growing a community and fostering talent and the next generation. That's what it brings me to it. My son rides now. I started 9 months ago, and it's just evolved. I've gotten onto an EUC. I ride one wheel primarily, but I mean, it's awesome learning and then seeing the encouragement. This is a positive aspect in our world where we always hear a lot of negativity, and everything Amped is all positive.
That's for sure. Thank you. So Seth, you started us off with the question, but you never answered it. So knowing that you started this grassroots movement and enlisted the help, the aid, the energy, and the love of such a hell of a crew, talk to us. What drove you?
Well, I don't want to sound sappy, but I think it's love, Cobra. I think that love is what drives me the most. I have so much love for this sport and the participants in it, and I feel like that PEV has the ability to really heal a lot of emotional damage that people can incur. And there's actually science behind that that shows that riding these devices isn't just about getting exercise, it's not just about you know. Getting from one place to another, but it's the bonds that we make with each other. It's the writing, it's that Zen space that we can get our minds into. And I just feel like an untapped potential for these devices just to help millions of people. And so that is really, I've always wanted to be part of something. I'm like a lot, I kind of echo what other people said, is I've always wanted to be part of something bigger than myself. And I think that through Amped Electric Games, we're creating a movement, and we're creating a safe space that people can come and compete and learn and just have a blast. And so that's really what drives me is I really see the potential behind these devices to change the world. And I'm not trying to sound hyperbolic. I really, really feel that way.
Yes, yes. That's Seth Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, I 100% agree with you. And as someone who deals with a lot of negative in life, and all that I do as far as work is concerned, this is something that I agree. I believe the world needs. I believe it needs the love and energy that we are bringing and pushing forth to everybody. And I think that that's why a lot of people connect with the message. They connect with what we're doing. They connect with the events. And there's a lot of people who, and what I really enjoy about the Amped team is even though we are primarily love our EUCs, we are lovers of all electric vehicles. So personal electric vehicles, period. The transportation of humans on electric vehicles, especially these small vehicles that get us from point A to point B and all things in between, it's the joy that they bring to us. So yes, it gets us there, but it gets us there in a joyous way. There's nobody that can tell me they ride EUC and don't feel happy. There's just, it's like, it's hand in hand. Happiness, joy, and riding these wheels goes together. And in case, there's anybody that watches any of these videos, this live stream here, or any of the videos that any of us put out, we want to make sure you know that. And we want to make sure you see and feel that love, that joy, that energy that we feel, because it's electric. It's not just electric in the wheel, it's electric through us. For real. It's a vibe that you just can't replace.
About it and not sound corny.
Yeah.
It's really because that feeling, like, you want to communicate how good it feels, how much it, to me it was like a rebirth, like the first time I was actually able to ride that EUC, and like it's like my life started all over again. I wish that I was born like 20 years later so that I could start earlier in life. And you just want people to experience that as soon as possible. So like, to even describe it, it's just, there's no other way to describe it other than to be corny, because I mean, what else do you describe in life that gives you such good feelings? And there just aren't very many ways to describe that feeling, right? Just that freedom, that youthful energy that you find again. Especially me, I just turned 40. I feel like I'm like 18 or 19 again, and I just rode a motorcycle for the first time or something. It just sounds corny whenever you try and describe it, and all you want to do is get somebody on it, like, just not even talk about it, just get on it, try it.
Yeah, because I know every one of us in here has experienced this probably more than 30 times. You try to tell somebody about it, and you can see in their eyes that they just don't understand what you're saying. And then you put them on one, and then after they learn, they circle back to you later. Dude, listen, I get it now.
I can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't matter what you're doing, where you're at, you're thinking about riding. It's just, It's freedom. It really is. It's energetic. So, well, I know that everybody that I see in the chat pretty much has all the lowdown on what's what. But I haven't. I'm looking for someone new that may not know what's going on. But for you guys in the chat, if you have any questions for us, please jump on now. Let us know what your questions might be. If not, we are just gonna talk more goodness about Amped Electric Games and what's up and coming. I can tell you, I'll pick one thing that I really am excited about when it comes to Amped, and maybe everybody else can tell me one thing that excites them. Um, I'm really excited about having a more developed indoor space. And I know that's unusual, but I'm happy about that because I feel like there's a possibility that we could get rained on, and that doesn't matter. I know we did it last year the same way, but this year would be even better. Um, so I'm happy that we have such a developed inside space that if we need it, it's there for us. So what do you got, Seth?
Well, there's a ton of improvements this year over last year. One of those being that we have this additional space that we're going to be utilizing. We're also bringing out a shower truck, so we'll have unlimited showers for everybody. Um, we only had 2 showers last year, and some people said, "Oh, they had to wait for showers," so that's going to be good. More food trucks this year is going to be huge. And then there's a couple surprises. We may let people in on them at the end, but other than that, we plan to have some music, some DJs and stuff. So we'll have some nighttime kind of entertainment. Yes, yes, boots and pants. So really excited about that. But most of all, I'm excited for the Amped alumni and bringing in all the people that are coming back that said that that were there last year. Mike Leahy, EUC girl, to name a couple. Chapeau du Row. All of you guys are in this chat. Um, my wife said it best when I asked her the same question about Amped, and she said, "I just love getting together with all the people." And you could put us in a field anywhere, and I think that we would all have a good time just because of the good vibes and the energy of just all of us getting together. But let's put some competitions and some games and some trophies and some prizes on top of that, and you've just got a recipe for a lot of fun.
Yes, definitely. Well, Devo does. He put out a question here, a big question. He like mashed up the question. He said, "Any new events? Any new formats for racing? Like placing for the race? Who are the sponsors? Any new ones?" So he's got a lot on that question there.
Yeah, I can definitely speak to that. So speaking of sponsors, Begode is a sponsor this year, so they are putting up some prizes. And in addition to that, just to speak to the format of the races, since we do have an oval track, 2 off-road tracks this year, as well as an indoor track, we're going to be combining the scores for our top grand prize winners. So you can't just come out and excel in street racing. You can't just come out and excel in off-road racing. It's going to be that all-around, well-rounded rider that is going to take home perhaps one of Bigode's newest released wheels.
Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh.
Perhaps.
So, yeah,
That was
super
awesome.
excited. Did I answer all of his questions?
Yeah, no. Oh, he's
Formats for the racing.
yeah.
Format. Okay. So this year we're gonna do all of our timing electronically. Last year that was something that was a point of contention. There was some like false starts on timing chips and things like that. So this year you'll be issued a timing chip and you'll just keep it on for the entire weekend. And you won't have to go back and download the times. They just automatically get uploaded to the cloud. And so this means that we can have automatic standings that are refreshed in real time. So as racers are doing their laps around the qualification track or their laps down the off-road tracks, we are actually capturing that information. So we'll be using those top qualification times. So I think it'll make things run a little bit more smoothly. So we don't have to like just separate out like 100-volt, 134-volt in all the different classes. You just go. Everybody just goes, and then we take your qualifications. Qualification lap, I will have to confirm with the race coordination team, but I believe it's 2 laps for qualifications, 5 laps for the semifinals, and 10 laps for the finals. This is on the this is on the oval track at least. We're still finalizing some of the details, but I do want to give a shout out to Christopher Brady, Willie Brady. He's one of our race coordinators. Also, Joe Hickborn, Not Your Average Joe, Kyle Clausing, Float Jesus, as well as Thomas Twitchell. Corey Smith here in this chat is also on that team, and Live for EUC is also on the race coordination team. And so all of us, we kind of have this a whole group that is working on the rules and all of the specifications for the races this year.
Okay, we got another question that came up last year. Is there a position on racers using comms? Whether they can use comms to talk to each other?
I think this would be a good one for Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think competitors, as far as I'm concerned, should use communications to their advantage if they feel that they could use that as a tool. There's if you think into like pretty much any other traditional racing format, comms are pretty integral. So I think that will be something we'll see more of in the future is having spotters on the side of the track, giving feedback to the racers so they don't have to look over their shoulder so much, so they get a little bit more track awareness. And maybe one day we'll even be able to include some of that communication in the broadcasts. We definitely have some ideas for that as well. Being able to get some of that raw communication, even just the heavy breathing and things like that, can really add a lot of intensity to the live broadcast. So we're looking at microphone integrations and communications, two-way communications for sure.
I think that one of the things that people were talking about when it comes to the comms is that I guess some people thought they felt it was cheating because some people on the sideline had comms and they were talking to their riders and telling them, right behind you, on your left, on your right, whatever, and teammates on the track doing the same thing. And I think the key to that is they just want to know, is it allowed or isn't it allowed? Because those that feel it's cheating need to be given an answer even before we get there. Excuse me. And I think that's what they're looking for. So you're saying,
Seth,
Nick, they can do what they want.
I'm not part of the race coordination team, but as far as I know, and as far as I'm concerned, unless there's a rule that specifically forbids any kind of wireless communications or two-way communications, I don't think that would be in contention. I think that there could even be a case made that it would be safer to have communications between a spotter on the side of the track and the rider, so that they can really focus on what's ahead of them. As riders are pushing the limits, I'd rather them be focused on their PWM status than looking over their shoulder to see how close the person behind them is, or what line they're taking. So maybe not you're never going to come up with a decision that's going to please everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that you have to think into the future, and I would think that the weight differences, voltage differences, things like that would have more of an impact in terms of giving competitive advantage versus just two-way communications. But yeah, as far as I know, there have been no rules written that would not allow a spotter or somebody in the crew to communicate with the racers.
Okay. So I think, honestly, I don't remember whether it was at AMPED or whether it was AVS where it was more of a question. But for right now, it's been answered at AMP. There's no issue with your comms. So if that changes before the race time, then obviously we would let everybody know. But right now, your comms are all good.
Yeah,
So
we've discussed in the race coordination crew where if you look at other sports, like if you look at racing, car racing, motorcycle racing, everybody
mhm,
has teams on the sideline to help them
mhm,
out so that the racer is not wasting time glancing in their mirror, which some of us do also have as well. So is that it's like it's say having a mirror on your
mhm,
hand cheating to look up and glance to see if somebody's behind you.
right.
To continue, like Nick said, with the future and wanting to push forward for safety and being a legit sport, we are going to allow comms at the races.
There we go. Bingo bango. So you got your answer. So they're asking about other formats at the race. We know we're having EUCs. We know we're having one wheels. They're asking about e-skate, and I think that was already answered, right, Seth?
Yeah, so
I
actually, we're working with a couple of e-skate companies right now.
yeah.
As far as sponsors go, I can't make any announcements quite yet, but we definitely will have timing inside in the indoor track, which is where we plan to hold the e-skate races. So it really depends on how many e-skate racers we have showed up. So if you are an e-skate racer and you haven't purchased a ticket, make sure you purchase a ticket so that we know that you're coming and that you're bringing your e-skate so that we could determine what those classes are and how many races we're going to be having.
Yes, yes. E-skate. So that in itself just adds even more because you know that's one of the reasons why I like the fact that we have the indoor track because e-skate can be dangerous outside with rocks and pebbles and stuff and those wheels are not some of those setups are not always great when it comes to the rough terrain, but on a smooth track we're going to see some exciting races when it comes to e-skate. I'm excited about that too. Definitely adding them this year is going to be a big deal. Okay, I see you added it in there. E-skate, one wheel, EUC, all happening at Amped Electric Games.
You know what I think is exciting is that Mario Chacon,
Yes.
one of the fastest e-skate riders and one of the fastest EUC riders. That's one of the
Mm-hmm.
things I really look forward to for the future, as well as watching these athletes, kind of master multiple formats of PEV and the thought of being able to see them kind of having a PEV triathlon or something, to that nature, or like a almost similar to like a relay type of a race where they're just jumping or switching formats. That's really going to be interesting, getting beyond just racing like say EUC on circuit track, oval track, and dirt, but being able to actually switch from one device to another and be able to ride at a very high level. I think we're going to see a lot of that in the future, and that's an exciting development that it's going to be cool to watch unfold in the sports
Yeah.
side of things, I think.
Okay, so we got future PBA in here. I believe that's Liam, if I'm not mistaken, and he's asking, is there going to be a big jump area like there was last year? Who wants to take that?
Seth?
Um,
Seth's our
yeah.
jumper.
So not only will we have a jump area, but we'll have bigger bags, bigger ramps, and more opportunities to jump this year. We'll also have our workshops. That's something we haven't really touched on too much, but we'll be having workshops hosted by some of your favorite riders, so that you can come and learn to jump or ride backwards or do 180s, technical trail riding, yoga. So there's a bunch of workshops, some of which are associated with jumping. But yeah, the answer is not only will they be bigger and better, but they'll be here on time this year.
Good point,
Back in
Seth.
Better
Good
knock
point.
on wood. Better knock on wood.
He's got the one that he's bringing, so at
Yeah.
least we know that one's gonna be there.
Yeah, at the very least, what's being brought there by the team will be there. I don't think we're gonna have any delivery issues this year, but you never know. Yeah, knock on some wood. Shouts out to Nelson. No limits to ride electric. What's going on, buddy? Um, there's a lot of people in here, and I appreciate all you guys for joining us and jumping in. This is definitely what we love to do, is to come together. It's just like we would be coming together anyway, but we're just bringing it to you so you guys can see all of
This
the
is our
energy
meeting
that we bring.
time.
Yeah, this
This
is
is our
this is the
typical meeting
amped
time.
the amped meeting is happening live right now.
Our weekly meeting, we meet
That's
every
right.
week this time. Made it really easy. I see a lot of people, or a few people in the chat there, Cobra, asking about some of like the backwards racing.
Mhm.
There was mention of the slow race, and
Oh yeah, I'm there now.
we definitely plan on doing those small like mini games, the challenges again this year. I'm sure there will be some new games as well. So yeah, I think we had like a backwards slalom. Even we did do the slow race. I think it came down to Mikey Camiso and Wrong Way on that one. They're actually on the news this morning,
Oh, were
featuring
they?
their little gauntlet. But
Well,
yeah,
Nick,
definitely those little games that everybody is talking about in the chat. Those challenges will be happening again. We really love those things. And that was one of the one of the moments that we learned from last year, and that was because we got hit with the rain early on in the event. It kind of forced us to have to do those games and get indoors. And little did we know that it was really going to mix all of us up and get us rubbing elbows, and it really set the tone for the rest of the
It did.
weekend. And I think it taught us that, like, hey, having these icebreakers, having these challenges that force our different little cliques and communities to mix up and get together and enjoy some games and some time together. It really took like that rough kind of competitive nature or vibe that you would get in a lot of the racing events, and smoothed it out a little bit. There's a lot more kind of like high fives and fist bumps going on in between the races, maybe more
Yeah,
than average.
I did notice that the rain brought a little damper to everybody. Everybody was like, "Oh!" And then when we started the inside games, all the little mini games, it like re-electrified everyone and brought life back to the event. And
Yeah.
because it was the first part of the event, also it did set the tone for the rest of the event, because everybody was like, "You know what? I'm getting in. Whatever. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try that." And
Yeah.
I tried some things that I definitely had not tried before. So I enjoyed it. So
The bottle
and
cap
yep,
with the
yep.
trash claw.
The small box, the staying within the small box, the balancing,
Yep.
just all of that was like, whoa. I saw some incredible skill displayed. But I don't know. I really don't know what was my favorite though. Showtime. What do you think was your favorite mini game from last year?
my favorite mini game.
Yeah.
I don't know. My favorite event actually was the Insta360 introduction. Like, I don't know. It's just like I enjoyed all the mini games because I enjoyed like being able to be with everyone in the community at like such close arms. You know what I mean? And have personal dialect with all of them. And I just loved everyone was trying new things.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm sorry. The Insta was.
Okay, that was really dope over there.
Really dope.
Making sure he gave that great class.
Yeah, speaking of
I
workshops,
just-
let's talk a little about those.
Yeah. So the other workshop that now that you say that's the other thing that got me was Seth putting on his jump class over there. As a matter of fact, I saw a little video. And Seth was like all into it, and I was sitting there like listening, because it's definitely something I don't do, is jump. And I said, I'm not doing it. I'm just gonna watch. And then, of course, what am I doing? There I go, up in the air, trying to jump. I'm like, oh boy, that's how I knew what we were doing was working, because it was super influential, not just to everyone else, but to me too. Like everyone was influenced by everyone else, and everybody was pushed beyond their limits and did some things that they wouldn't normally do, but we did it together. And it felt like we were with our family, and it was good. We could do whatever and try new things. So I was definitely excited about that, and I'm excited about it again. So,
We saw whole,
rail
we saw whole
yard.
communities. We saw entire communities that came out there last year and went from, you know, being only street riders, not even stair riders, to jumpers. It was really cool to see that progress of people kind of just rolling over those humps, and then, you know, 30 minutes later you see them getting that little 6 inches of air, and then the next night it's like a foot and a half. And you know, the progress is real out there.
Hmm.
And I do feel like there was a really solid push this past 12 months or so of like more off-road racing, more jumpers. You know, I don't know if I'm just maybe not looking in the right places anymore, but like that whole like ride fast, ride dangerous on the street is not as prevalent as I'm seeing like off-road trail riding and jumping and some more of this technical stuff, which has been really cool just to see that growth and that transition, I guess.
Well, I guess we'll have to thank Am for that one.
Hmm.
Mm. The New Yorkers became pretty sendy. They spend a lot of time in the air these days too.
Yeah, and they really don't have that kind of opportunity back home.
They don't.
Neither do we here. Normally, we have to search and hunt for those kind of opportunities. So when we see it, we're like, ooh. Um, but even now, I still, when I'm watching Seth and all your airtime, I'm like, I keep thinking, you know what? I can't wait to get back to Arkansas, because I don't have anything like that here. And the opportunity, plus I don't have my aunt family around me to cheer me on and get me pumped up and give me that courage to do it. So I need that too.
Does help, especially when you
Yes.
have Trevin in the background. Trevin was very instrumental in getting a lot of those people on the jumps for the first time, and making sure that if they fell, they got back up and hit it again. And that is the energy that you need, though, to kind of encourage you and to get you, push you past your fears sometime. Like when you don't quite clear something or land something or execute something the way that you want it to, and you take a little fall, or you're afraid of looking stupid, and you might just call the quits, but you have your buddy that right there saying, hey man, you got this, you're that close, or just change this one little thing and you've got it. And then you go and you nail it. And there's this, to be able, when you're with those people, you get that feeling, that dopamine, like every 20 minutes, because you're trying something new and you've got people encouraging you. It's pretty sweet, man. It's that corny stuff again. You can't really talk about it without getting corny.
And there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, that's right.
I agree. Trevin and Enrique both were so instrumental in like getting people excited to hit the jumps that had never tried it. And I was on just a veteran Sherman last year and was having some issues with my V12, and I was kind of scared to hit the smaller jumps until Enrique just handed me his RS and told me to go hit it, and he took my Sherman on a lap around the track. And it was cool to see the community be so trusting and so helpful for people to learn new tricks and new skills. And I feel like I came out a much better rider after the Amped games.
Definitely.
Most definitely.
I don't think there's anybody that went to Amped that didn't feel like they at least turned it up a notch. At least a little. I mean, no matter what. I even got on those electric skate thingies. And before I would have said, eh. But I was like, well, why not? I didn't get a chance to jump on the cooler with Cooler Joe, but I will this year.
We'll get you
Can
on
you
a
ride
one wheel
tandem
too,
on the-
man.
Oh yeah, yeah. Chris said he's gonna get me on a one wheel. I've ridden a one wheel twice. So yeah, I'm looking forward to trying it again. I'll do it again. Um, I don't know if that amazing looking black and green one that I've been seeing in messages and photos might make an appearance at Amped. If
Oh,
that's
it'll
the
be there.
if that's the
It'll be
case,
there.
I gotta get on that one.
You got to. You got to.
It's got my color scheme, baby.
Yes, sir.
All right, so everybody in the chat, please, everybody watching, please go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that, spark that algorithm. Let them know. I want there's a few people that said some things that said they wanted to jump in, and I'm waiting to see them. Haven't seen them yet. They said we looking fly. All right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
come
Thank
on,
you.
showtime.
So we got, let's see, Spartacus Electric Games. He said, "Thank you for inviting the community to participate in your board meeting." Y'all are the best.
We call ourselves the Brady Bunch.
Don't we look like the Brady Bunch? Look at the everybody point to everybody else. Wait, that way. Wait. I wish I had the Brady Bunch theme on cue right now.
It is a story.
A little
Right.
disappointed you don't have a button for that.
Wow.
Well,
Cobra.
I can always hit our button.
Oh,
That's the thing.
So
That's the
I'm
thing.
kind of curious. I don't know if this will work well or not, but like, can we like poll the viewers a little bit and kind of get a feel for how many people are coming to Amped, or maybe would
Yeah.
like to come to Amp? You know, press. Can we get like a press 1 in
Yeah.
the chat if you're coming to Amped, or
Yeah.
press
If you're
2
if
if
you're
you want to
coming,
come,
yeah, if you're coming,
but you have some lame excuse.
no, let's do
So-
this. Put a 1 in the chat if you got your ticket to Amped already. Put a 2 in the chat if you're gonna get your ticket to Amped. And put a 3 in the chat if you're not gonna be able to make it, but you're sorely regretting it.
can I say something real quick? I'll just
Yes.
if you're thinking of not making it because financially you just can't do it, I'm going to tell you. I swiped a credit card, and I had no regrets on
What
anything.
do you mean you swiped a credit card? What does that mean? You have to be.
I just.
We're broadcasting.
I mean,
He's a
Sure.
cop. Cobra's a cop. What do you mean you swiped the credit card?
I'm just saying.
Not that kind of
rough
swipe.
I'm just saying I had bought a house, and then my dog had major surgery, cost me like over $7,000, and it was like, hey, are we going? And no, everyone's like, yeah, we're gonna go, and then the ticket prices kept going up, and then they weren't going back down, and it was like, I would never buy a ticket for this price, and I'm like, in the middle of nowhere, I'm gonna pay this price, and it was like, but if I don't go, then I can't say I was there. Like, which is the biggest regret, to like pay for an overpriced ticket or just miss the entire event? And it was like, whoop, swipe, and it was like, the room, whatever, car rental, swipe, figure it all out when I get back. And literally,
This is not financial advice.
Yes, we do
Do
not
we
claim
have
to
to
be
put that on your
financial
screen?
experts, nor do we represent them.
we're talking
It's a
about
great
positivity,
idea.
we're talking about joy, we're talking about all the great things. And I met a community of people that I only knew through some sort of like social media platform, and I met them all in person. That's all I'm saying.
And now you're part of the team.
Right.
That's right.
Some people out there buy Beyonce tickets, and I'm just saying, I bought Amp tickets. That's all I'm saying.
No, I get what you're saying though, because like it's like you can get a $69 flight to Florida, right?
Right.
Or you can pay like $400 to fly to Arkansas, right? It doesn't sound right.
Seriously.
Right? But
Right.
but the mountain biking community and all the infrastructure in Northwest Arkansas is what makes it so special. It's not just at the fairgrounds. It's Kohler. They welcome all of the PEVs in this Northwest Arkansas community. So it's an experience in its own, being able to go on those excursion rides outside of Amped, before or after Amped. And so book a week, come in early. And I mean, that's what I
Most
love
definitely.
about Northwest Arkansas.
Yeah,
That is a
most
good
There's a
definitely.
point. Is you got to
hamburger
book
and a
some
restaurant
time.
there with jalapenos and jelly. Oh my God.
I'm just gonna tell you, Seth Johnson's gonna be there, and I had to meet this guy. That's literally, I was like, I gotta meet this guy. I was like, that's
That
it.
is that is a really good point, though. For people that are watching that may not know, Bentonville does have the largest network of manicured trails for mountain bikes, and they are PEV friendly. That's really a big draw to what brought us in there. Is they're embracing and inviting us to this huge network of great riding. And so if you do get out to the games, make some time either before or after, or both before and after, if you have the time and can afford it, because to take the time and go out and experience those trails, the riding, that's the other half of the experience. That really is the draw to coming out to the middle of America. Small town America is not only Amped Electric Games, but the extracurricular things you get to do either before or after. You really can kind of build a vacation around it once you figure out what all is actually in that area and how much riding you can do and not have to cross the same path twice.
Yeah.
I have
Go
to
ahead.
just to dovetail onto what Nick said is that this year we will be having what's called underground races. So, in addition to our set races that we have, the Thunderdome, Family Flow, the Oval Track, we'll also have probably 4 to 6 or more different trails that riders will be able to put times in on using an app called Ride Hermes. So anybody who's coming to Amped Electric Games, download the Ride Hermes app. You can get it on the Play Store or the App Store for Apple. And so what we'll probably end up doing is creating these group rides that then go out to put times in on these different trails. So Thomas Twitchell, he's part of NAST's float shop here in Arkansas. He's done a lot of work to go out and document these trails and set them up as routes. So you guys, when you come to Bentonville, you'll be able to experience all of the different trails because the map will take you all to different areas. There's Kohler Mountain Bike Preserve. There's Slaughter
Yeah.
Pen, all over the place. So that's a really good point. Is that what, barring any rain, knock on wood, barring rain, our goal is to get everybody out to try these different types of trails, and they're not all really super technical. A lot of them are green runs. They're really kind of easy runs, and you can pick your poison for if you want to do it advanced or intermediate or just a really mellow ride. But that's going to be a big push for AMP this year is to get everybody out to see the other trails that the area has to offer.
And it's gorgeous. I mean,
Yeah.
gorgeous
There
out
were
there.
there
Yeah,
were so many trails out there that I didn't really realize were right where we were. Like
yeah.
we were at the Thunderdome and we're like riding and I just had one opportunity to slink away real quick and I went with E Rider A. He's in here. Brett, what's up, buddy? I went with him and a few other people and we went on a quick trail and I was like, well, I don't know. I haven't been on any of these trails. And I was like, but hey, I'm up for it. And I was just following the herd. And I was like, let's go. And I'm like, woohoo! I'm like, I'm not going to lie. We may have picked a trail that was maybe a little bit more than I'm used to handling.
Ambitious.
But I was not going to back down. And they hit
Now
it.
you
I
know.
hit it. They pushed it. I pushed it. And we came out the other end of that trail. And I was so psyched. The only thing I could say that disappointed me about it was that I only got to do it once.
But
And
you were
this year,
there.
yeah,
That's the
this
key.
year I plan on doing that a lot more. So I mean, that's
Heck
just
yeah.
what I'm looking forward to so much. There's so much that we got going on. So in the chat, oh, you Stride, what up, man? He made it. What's going on, buddy? So I see some ones. I see some. Oh, there's a two. Okay, Skrilla, go ahead and get your ticket now. I see. Oh, Jumpy Jiggle Snort. He's a three. He's not gonna make it. Wah wah
Obviously doesn't like
wah.
fun.
I'm sorry that you're not gonna make it. So I'm not gonna scroll back and find this comment, but somebody mentioned e mountain bikes, and that's one thing that we don't have yet. But there's nothing that says we won't bring it later. It's just right now it hasn't been something that has been added or talked about. There hasn't been a lot of people there with them, but this year I believe there's going to be more vehicles, definitely more vehicles than there were last year, different types. So I wouldn't doubt it if we saw a couple out there this year.
They have their
I
challenges, in
Yeah.
terms of the courses, the off-road courses that we get into, like Kohler Mountain. We get into them because we don't tear them up. The mono wheel
Hmm.
self-balancing devices, they just don't do well when the tire's spinning and not getting traction with the surface beneath it. Whereas the e-bikes and motorcycles, they just they're hard on the ground.
Hmm.
So I think that'll be difficult, and I don't think that there's really a lot of draw for them to be riding in ovals on a cement track. So, there are some challenges, I think, to serve that niche. The motocross kind of sector that we're gonna have to grow a little bit. And I think honestly that e-skate, EUC, one wheel, e-scooter, these formats need it more than
Hmm.
any
Yeah.
of the other formats.
Yeah.
There's a place for motocross and stuff that's well established. But we don't have anything yet, so I think that's what we're focused on for now.
Yeah, I think they were looking more at the mountain bikes.
No,
Um,
he's saying electric mountain
yeah.
boards.
Oh,
Mountain
was that what he was
board.
talking about?
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought he said
EMTB, the
bikes.
electric mountain board. I've
Oh,
never
okay.
actually seen one in
I
person.
can
Have
speak to
any of
that.
you?
I was thinking of e-bike as well.
Yeah, the
E-
electric mountain.
one, they both fall in the same category. They have a throttle, and
Hmm.
so they're not allowed. We may be able to do a private type of an event, or the mountain boards that don't have any type of throttle. Those are welcome to come out. So if people ride those,
Yeah.
they're welcome to bring them out. But as far as the rules at Kohler go, and a lot of the trails there, is like Sur-on bikes and mountain boards that have throttles. They're not currently allowed, so we can't really support, encourage people to bring those types of devices out.
Hmm.
Yeah. You can see like drag races, Adventures of Gold had mentioned like
Yeah.
drag races. It's hard to get people to come out just for like one or two types of races. I think that's the beauty of what we're doing now is that having the diversity in the tracks and the different terrains, and being able to test your device in those different types of terrains.
Hmm.
But yeah, there are challenges. We still will have some growing pains, like the rules that we have to abide by at these tracks and spaces that we're renting, and hopefully we'll get by them. But I think ultimately, it'd be nice to be able to build our own kind of jump course and kind of off-road track, somewhere maybe in the middle of the oval track or something like that. But we'll get
Hmm.
there. Year two. This is year two. Maybe year
Yeah.
three, we could bring in that heavy equipment and bring in the stunt show. That would be sick.
Yeah. And actually, I mean, we got the people to do it. We
Yeah.
get a
I think
little
we're gonna have a
nightlight
special guest
going.
this year, actually, Seth. Did you want to maybe end it with
Ooh.
our special guest for this year?
Oh yeah. So speaking of the mountain, speaking of Surons, we will be having a FMX show, a dirt bike rider, professional rider. He is bringing his ramps and his bag. And so we're going to have a massive jump at AMP this year. This rider, his name is Scrub FMX. You can find him on Instagram. He typically jumps Harleys. We've asked him if he could jump an electric dirt bike. And so, if y'all know of anybody that has an electric dirt bike company that would like to sponsor his jumps, let us know. Otherwise, we might just put him on a Suron or something. But we will be having a big air show. He's the type of rider that does like the Supermans and the crazy types of jumps. And I can't wait to see what EUC Girl and Mike Leahy and Connor Stitt and some of these other
Yeah.
prolific jumpers can do on this massive. I think it's an 18-foot bag, 100 and some odd feet long, 25 feet
Jeez.
wide. It is a massive, massive airbag, and so it's going to be really exciting to see what people can do on that this year.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
excited to see that as well. Connor impressed me as it was, and all he brought was
He's a great kid.
his little BMX, and I was like, this kid is no joke. So he'll be there again, I'm sure. So we'll see some more of that.
Well,
So
he's advanced now.
yeah, Jumpy Jiggle Snort said he wasn't gonna be able to make it because he was going to Marty's ride, and then he's asking, is Marty gonna be healed? No. Marty put out a video, said he will not be completely healed by his ride. They are still doing it, but he's not going to be. So it's unfortunate. And that's another one. I was hoping that Marty was going to be at AMP this year. He said he's not going to be able to make the trip now, and it's unfortunate, but it was good having him there last year, and then at AVS also seeing him. So, but well wishes out to Marty. Marty, the AMP team wants to say, get well soon.
Let's go.
For sure.
We know that
get well,
you're
Marty.
yeah, that terrible break, it sucks. And the A2
And E-Rider.
yeah, E
And
Rider
Brett.
A Brett, you too,
Mhm.
buddy.
Our Warriors, man, they're all getting hurt right now.
Oh, he said, luckily I only broke my collarbone. Only. Okay. That's tough. So both of you get well soon. Because we definitely will miss you guys. Actually, I know Marty is not gonna make the trip, and Brett's healing up too. Brett, was Brett gonna make the trip? Are you gonna make it out?
Brett's still coming. As
Yeah,
far as
okay.
we
Yeah,
know.
Brett's coming.
He's an instructor, so
Yeah, I thought he was still coming. Okay, it's just Marty that's not gonna be able to make it. Okay, that's a good thing. I'm happy for that. So I'm excited. I don't. A side note. I meant to
Everybody message Marty and tell him to go to Amped. Send him a DM. You
push
can
him
do it.
around.
Sometimes he doesn't get his Instagram messages. Sometimes he doesn't get his Facebook messages. So I just recommend sending him a message on both platforms and let him know that he really should be at Amped.
Use a
We'll
megaphone.
get a.
He
We'll get a
doesn't
little
have to
prop for
race,
his
right? He just has to be there to mingle and schmooze.
Yeah,
And his presence will be missed.
yeah, he don't race. He just, that's all he does is take video, take pictures, and hang out and
There you go.
chill with everybody.
We'll get him a little trike that he can roll around the track.
There you go, Marty. We're gonna hook you up with something to ride on.
His FOMO won't let him not come. I think it's going to get down to it. He's just be like, I gotta go. I can't not go.
All right. I think a free amped ticket to the
Oh.
person who can write the absolute best sob story to Marty for why she needs to be at amp. If you can guilt trip Marty and he credits you for,
Electric
for
wheelchair.
his guilt overcoming,
Oh
you
my
will get a
god.
free ticket. I think Seth will get on board with that, right?
It's going to come out of your pay, Nick. It's going to come out of your pay.
I'll pay for that. If you can get Marty, I'll pay for your ticket.
That said, I do have to say that we're all volunteers on this. We all put in way above and beyond what we get back for Amped Electric Games. And I just want to give a heartfelt thank you to all of the people on this team for supporting this dream and being part of this. I words cannot express how thankful I am to have each and every one of you on this team. So thank you very much.
Oh man, I
Thanks, Seth.
appreciate that, Marty. I mean, Seth, I appreciate that. I truly appreciate that. It means a lot hearing you say it.
It
We all
does.
feel, we all feel it anyway. Um, it doesn't matter, what we're doing, how tired we are. we we all feel the love, and I'm glad that we do and that we share it. So I love you guys.
Love you, man.
We love you, Cobra.
I have an idea. I think if we just show up to Marty's house with like a public clearinghouse like ticket, but it just says like free ticket to Amped, and it's we'll pay your way. The whole balloons, the whole crowd. Maybe he'll come.
Bring Amp to his house, and we'll just say, "Amp is at your house this year, Marty."
Can we rent a plane and
sure
ride
he'd
it in the
love it.
sky for him? Like, come to Amped.
Oh man, I would like
I've
to
never
see him
seen
there.
him ride one-legged, but that really would come in handy right now.
Spartacus said, "Pimp out the electric wheelchair. If you build it, Marty will come."
You know, Dawn's really good with those bedazzles. We could probably make that happen. She bedazzles all of her wheels.
So somebody said a group ride through Bentonville would really be sweet this year. We're gonna have a lot of group rides, so definitely be there for that. I'm looking forward to that myself as well, because last year I didn't get a chance to participate with any group rides, so I'm looking forward to that this year as well.
Yeah, come early and stay late so you can get more of the Bentonville experience.
Yeah,
I'm with
they
you.
put in a lot of artwork and new items on the Greenway in Bentonville, and they actually have one of the first bikeable buildings. Seth and I rode up it last week. It's called the Ledger, and you can ride all the way up to the top of it. There's really a lot of opportunities for group rides to take people to unique places in Bentonville.
Sweet, that sounds amazing. What do we also Thaddeus Games, who tells me he's out, that's Ken EUC, by the way. He says, are we having a jump contest, high jump, long jump, trick competition, or anything like that?
As far as the jump competitions go, I do think that some type of a style competition would be good. I've also been thinking that in addition to just the time trials, it wouldn't be a bad idea to add some type of style points to Thunderdome for the finals. So we'll do in addition to the time trial, we'll also have kind of a slope style, they call it in other sports,
Mm-hmm.
where we give additional points for style or for technicality. I think that would be really good.
Nice. Okay, it works for me. I'm not gonna win it, but that works. So somebody said, Adventures in Gold said a group ride to Marty's house. Yeah, you guys should do that. That live over near Marty. Do a group ride.
I
They
don't
just
think that's part of his tour.
no. He just they did a ride. Dawn posted a video today. They were going on a ride without him, and they were missing him. So she was doing positive messages to Marty from their ride. Ustride is saying EUC Blitz is working on a surprise for Amped, but we will see.
Dun 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 dun.
Will we get blitzed or won't we?
Oh, EUC Vibes. Vibes is in the house. What's
It's
up,
the
Vibes?
vibe.
Let's go.
You know the vibe.
You know it. What up?
Yeah. You see the sticker of oh, Liv's got the vibes. All right. Yeah. So
That sticker's from last Amped.
uh-huh.
Pulled that off
shirt's
the
about
wall.
vintage now.
Oh, look at that. I think I need to I really got to get on putting some lights on my wheel. And trying to figure out which one I'm bringing. I'm thinking I'm bringing the Commander Pro. I don't know. Maybe the S. I don't know. But I gotta put some light so we can do some light stuff at night. I've been slacking on that, slacking, and then we got Wheelie Dope over here with the whole side light panel. So
Doing magic tricks on the wheel.
you know,
Yeah, people see me coming for sure. Those things are bright.
yeah, I gotta do that. I gotta do. Vibe said I'm not worthy.
I just asked ChatGPT, Cobra, what you should do, and it said that you should just buy an Extreme and have it delivered to Bentonville and then ship it home. And you don't have to worry about shipping a wheel you already own twice. Like,
It sounds
that's
like a plan.
ridiculous.
Okay, let me tell him to deliver it there.
I was thinking the same thing, to be honest.
You
Buy a
know,
wheel, have it delivered to Bentonville, ship it home. I mean, that's how you keep that energy going when you leave AMP, right? Like you're chasing your brand new wheel home, something to look forward to. I mean, that way you don't get sad. Everybody gets depression when they leave AMP, and like all that good energy is just gone. That's how you carry it over. You send your brand new wheel from Bentonville home, something to look forward to.
I'm not gonna lie. Last year leaving was very sad.
It
And
is.
you
I felt like a
very
kid
difficult.
leaving Disney
You
World.
just reminded me about that, Nick. It reminded me of like summer camp when I went to summer camp and I made all these great friends, and then, and then I had to leave them and go home, and I was so sad. And I remember me and Seth, we were trying to say goodbye, and it was like very
You
emotional.
stay up all night until you gotta get to the airport.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that might have happened. That might have happened.
A couple times.
Mia made me cry like 4 times.
That's right. So that is the cure. One of the things I figured out, if you just buy a wheel and have it waiting for you by the time you get back from that event, it can kind of distract you from some of that a little bit.
Okay, we'll work on that, Nick. We'll work on that.
Cobra,
'Cause
you can
it's a
ship it to
solution.
my house, and I'll drive it up there for you.
Take care of
Well,
Really dope
let me
surprises.
as long as when you open it, you put those lights on it for me, and then bring it up. Because we all know there's nothing like getting a new wheel. That's like Christmas. I don't even understand the excitement that we feel. Matter of fact, I just got a wheel, the M104 from Rev Rides. Shouts out to Rev Rides. Rev Rides, thank you very much. And big boy, fast boy over there, Nick made sure that
I'm just
happened.
pointing at the hat.
He packed it up. Yeah, he's got the hat on his head there. Is that he works over there? But let me tell you, I got that wheel, and it's not for me. It's for the raffle. I don't even get to open it. But just the
I had to
box
put the security
alone,
tape on there just to make sure that you didn't get into it.
just having the box at the house was exciting. I was like, I'm like, we got problems.
I feel like this
Your
is
wife's
why
like, "What's wrong
Amazon
with
is
you?
a
How come you're not
problem."
opening that box? What's wrong?"
Yeah. Yes, you're right, Liv. That little stupid smile they have on the box. I'm like,
Oh,
stop
yeah.
it. Stop smiling at me. I got to go order something else. Amazon is crazy. Anyway, all right, guys. I just want to say, if I don't think there's any more questions that we haven't answered. So Chris is in the dark. He said the sun has set.
You haven't been watching him get darker and darker.
He's in
I've had
Florida.
to get up like 4 times and adjust the camera. It just
Well,
keeps getting darker and darker.
At
out
one
here.
point, your background was blue, and I was like, "Does he
Yeah.
got lights over there?" And I'm like, "Oh wow, that's just the background on the beach over there."
Yeah.
That was sweet. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little jealous. So I'm glad you're in the dark. So ha.
That's funny.
No. So is there anything else you guys want to add before we go to add to the excitement of AMPed to let the people know, because we're super excited. We got all the details because we're talking all the time. But what do you think? Is there anything you want to drop to them? Anything else you could think of, Seth? Any nuggets you want to put out there?
Seth, what about that survey?
Oh, the survey. The survey.
We're gonna be
Oh,
sending
so
out
we'll, Yeah, we're gonna be posting up a survey on Facebook, as well as sending it out to everybody that's purchased the ticket, just so that you guys can help us determine how many races and the formats of races. So we'll have a whole menu of options for you to choose from. It'll be kind of like building your own high school schedule, so you can go through and pick the workshops that you like and things like that. I did want to also say that AMPed doesn't stop on September 3rd or September 4th. We're all in it for the long haul. So after AMPed, we'll be at AVS, and then we'll have another M10 games, most likely in Anaheim, California. We'll be back at Eastgate Con and Oak City Shred Fest. And so this is a year-long thing. So if you're not able to make it out to Amped in Bentonville, hopefully we'll be coming to a town near you. So make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can always be informed on where we're going to be next.
Definitely. Well said, Seth. Well said.
Definitely.
I think this Amped adventure is an ongoing love fest for electric wheels. The adventure is all around the globe, at least around the country anyway. Right now, I think that we have people even in other countries that would like us to go. That can't happen yet, but I'm never gonna say never. I will just say that right now. There is more on the horizon. If you are interested and you want to get amplified, just stay with us.
Yeah.
Pay attention. Stick. There's plenty of social media posts being put out by this team. So be sure to jump on it because we will let you know when things are coming. And look at Liv over there. That's right, baby. Amped is here to stay. I just want to say, again, there's a lot of amp love here. We're sending out to all you guys that are watching, and we hope that you guys are receiving it and sending it right back. We'll see you guys soon because Amped is around the corner. It's coming soon.
Yeah.
So all I can say is, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's make it happen, people.
Right.
We shall see you guys very, very soon.